apologies. Thank you.
Ready?
Ready.
All right, I hereby call this meeting to order. This is the special magistrate for the city of Delray Beach. Cases are going to be called in the order in which they appear on the agenda. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed to the podium on my left-hand side. The city will present its testimony and evidence first. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions of any of the city's witnesses and to review any evidence that the city has submitted, after which you can present your own testimony and evidence, and I will make a decision. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, which means the formal rules of evidence do not apply. However, all testimony is taken under oath under penalty of perjury. Second item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. I have the minutes from April 30th, 2025, and they are hereby approved. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes to the agenda.
No changes to the agenda. Can we swear in the witnesses? Anyone that's going to testify or you think you might testify, there's a possibility that you might testify, please rise and raise your right hand to be sworn in.
By the authority vested in me as a notary of the state of Florida, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. You can be seated.
Go ahead and call the first case.
Case number 1-25-4685. The owner's name is 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, LLC. Registered agent, Law Office of Paul A. Krasker. Property address is 302 Northeast 6th Avenue. Code officer is Enrique Fernandez, and it's presented by Henry Thompson.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Henry Thompson, Clean and Safe Administrator. On May 6, 2025, code enforcement personnel inspected the property located at 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida, and observed the following. Parking spaces are not clearly demarcated, and the handicap space requires a demarcated route to the ramp in violation of City of Delray Beach LDR Section 4.6.9, subsection D, subsection 8, marking and signage. Second violation, a concrete pad located in the rear of the property for employee parking and access does not connect to the roadway in violation of LDR section 6.1.4, subsection D, subsection 2, driveways and points of access. Violation number 3, the life safety plan on file with the zoning certificate of use approved on February 24, 2025 does not depict a seating structure and allows an occupancy of 67 in violation of LDR section 2.4.6 subsection C, zoning certificate of use. A magistrate violation was issued on May 15, 2025. A magistrate violation was mailed first class and certified mail on May 16, 2025. And personally served to the business manager on May 16, 2025. A notice of magistrate hearing was posted on July 3, 2025 and mailed first class and certified mail on July 10th, 2025. The compliance date was required by July 14th, 2025. Certified confirmation of receipt was not received. Regular mail was not returned. A re-inspection was conducted prior to hearing on July 15, 2025. I have 9 photos to present as evidence.
Good afternoon, LaWanda Warren on behalf of the City of Delray Beach. I'm not sure if you want to ask for appearances by the respondent attorney, just in case there's any
Sir,
objections.
would you like to make your appearance?
Good afternoon, Magistrate Wagner. Roy Fitzgerald of Taft Law on behalf of the respondent.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson. I'm now showing what's been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize it to be?
This was conducted on April 30th, 2025, along with Enrique Fernandez, where we observed the parking lot striping to be faded and needed to be restriped.
Okay. So in this picture here, is that where the car is kind of a little over the stripe?
Correct, that's one of the parking spaces.
Okay.
Yes.
City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes.
In this photo, June 28th, 2025, we observed, which is now considered a seating structure, previously was utilized as a stage, but is now a seating structure.
And is that what you're referring to as the
Yes.
patterned, colored wooden structure? I can't necessarily tell the height, but it's well above the floor level.
Correct.
And your reference as, regardless of the different type of use of the structure, is this something that is not approved under ZCU and the safety plan?
That is correct. It's not depicted on the life safety plan submitted.
Okay, thank you. City's Exhibit 3 for identification. Oh, and going back to 2, when was 2 taken, the photograph?
June 28, 2025.
And when you went out there on that June 28, 2025, was the parking lot still in need of the striping and everything?
Correct.
All right, so now we're going to go to City's Exhibit 3, which was taken on July 15th, 2025. What does it depict?
It depicts some striping work done, but we do know that they haven't pulled the proper permits to get this inspected. And I know you see freshly marked striping, but what's described in the LDR, they must be white.
Okay, so let's break down that testimony quickly. So first of all, is there some type of permit required for this?
Correct.
And was there a permit required for whatever work they did?
Correct.
And your testimony is today that even without the permit, the striping that's done now is still out of compliance.
Correct.
And that was on July 15th, 2028,
Yes.
2025.
Correct.
All right, City's Exhibit 4 for identification purposes. What does this photograph depict?
This is actually giving you a visual of the handicap location or parking space for handicapping. And like I previously said, the striping is done, it's freshly done, but it's improper because it's not to code.
Okay. And that was on July 15th as well?
Correct.
All right, City's Exhibit 5 for identification purposes.
This is showing the location of where the driveway apron should be installed to connect to the roadway for the parking lot spaces that's been depicted in the rear of the property. As you can see, there's 2 parking spaces in the rear.
Okay, and that was also on July 15th?
Correct.
All right, City's Exhibit 6 for identification purposes.
This was the site plan submitted with in-lieu parking that the respondents submitted for in-lieu parking. And as you can see, the blue arrow is showing that location we just saw on the previous slide where the apron should be installed
Okay, and that was
for those 2 parking spaces, right?
All right. And that's City's Exhibit 6.
Correct.
City's Exhibit 7, what does this depict?
This is a screenshot of the occupancy load that they have installed at the property.
And that's on
And
July 15th?
Yes, July 15, 2025.
City's Exhibit 8?
Yeah, this is just a re-inspection prior to hearing, just to depict the structure is still installed at the property
And that's on July 15th?
on July 15, 2025.
City's Exhibit 9?
We inserted this photo just to give you an idea of what that structure was previously used for. As you can see, the musician is standing on the stage.
So the structure is being used
Used
as
as
you
a stage,
stated, but
correct.
as of
The
violation and correction date,
it's been transformed into a
correct.
seating area.
But the structure still is not approved, correct?
Correct.
It's just a video, all right. At this time, the city would like to introduce the 9 exhibits into evidence.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Well, technically, I have no objection, but last time we were down here, you and I spoke about, none of this was attached to the violation. None of this was previously produced to us. The last time we were here, I spent a long time talking to you about the issues of due process. And just to point out the last time we were here, which dealt with that incident, they brought witnesses that portrayed to you that the situation was close to Sodom and Gomorrah, that it had spilled out into the streets, there was alcohol being consumed. So after that, we found in the city's records,
Is this?
Delinda Witkowski, her comments, she was there that night and said the group that was attending Subculture were mainly students and the atmosphere was low-keyed. That's not what they portrayed to you. And I'm going to get to my point, ma'am. There is no way, you come down here and it's almost like trial by ambush. This could have been sent to us, but you come here and they've got pictures and they've done re-inspections. We have applied, and I'm going to call the contractor for a new parking application, although we don't believe we have one, and we've submitted a new life safety plan. We're waiting to get approvals. We're working on it. The slab they're talking about, we can't pour it because there's no sidewalk there. The sidewalk is the responsibility of the city of Delray. So if we pour it and, you know, they come and finally put the sidewalk in, it may all be for naught because we're going to have to tear it out and redo it. We're trying to work with the city. And we'll talk about that when we get to the next one. But I can call the contractor and we can tell you where we are.
Well,
in
hold
the
on one
process.
second. Let me let the city. For the record, I'm going to accept into evidence the 8 exhibits. I'm going to let the city finish presenting its case, and then you can continue your argument. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Magistrate Wagner. Okay. So just to wrap up the testimony, as of the compliance date in this case, was the respondent still out of compliance with the violations?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. And did you, based on your training and experiences and your research into this matter, what is the danger level of not having the life safety plan and not being in compliance with that unapproved structure in the building?
From my understanding, the patrons inside that business need proper egress just in case there's a catastrophe or anything, fire or anything. They need to get out quickly. Anything obstructing those egress areas would cause something to happen to lives.
And is that, and I believe there's an occupancy, I believe, of 67 in there. Is that structure obstructing the ingress and egress?
Possibly.
Okay.
I don't want to actually.
Well, we would
speak
have to
on
have
it.
a,
Yeah.
would we have to have a full life safety plan to be able to make that determination?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. At this time, the city would like to call Miss Amy Alvarez.
Oh, let me see. Mr. Fitzgerald, do you have any questions for the officer?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Miss Alvarez.
Good afternoon.
What is your current position with the city?
Assistant Development Services Director.
And are you familiar with the property located at 302 North East 6th Avenue?
Yes.
And as a part of your duties and responsibilities with the city, is it your responsibility to kind of look at any applications for and life safety plans and zoning certificate of uses?
Applications, yes, for zoning certificate of use for restaurant require a life safety plan as well.
Okay, so this particular property, what approvals are currently in place?
I believe it was in February, the zoning certificate of use was approved with the life safety plan, and it was for a restaurant, just a restaurant.
And back in February when this was approved, was there any type of structure, I mean, based on the testimony we've seen, it's been used at one point as a stage, or at one point a seating area. Is this something that was on the approved ZCU with the life safety plan?
No, the life safety plan sent to the planner reviewing the ZCU on February 13th did not show a stage on the plan.
Oh. Alright, thank you. And, thank you, Ms. Alvarez.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Have you reviewed the new life safety plan that was submitted?
There has not been a new life safety plan submitted. I saw one yesterday that was brought into the city for with the intention of submitting, but we couldn't accept it because it does need to be accompanied by a ZCU.
Did you know if it had been previously filed through the city's portal?
I have not seen anything submitted for this address related to a ZCU in the city's portal.
When was the last time you checked?
Not today, so prior to today, I guess. If you're speaking of building permits, that's a different portal.
Yeah, it does. That's for the other one. Back 1 second, Mr. Webb. Ma'am, are you aware that in or about January of 2025, a life safety plan for Subculture Coffee was submitted?
My documentation shows that on January 3rd, a ZCU was submitted without a life safety plan, and then on February 5th, the ZCU life safety plan began review, and that included a stage.
What was the date?
That date is February 5th.
Okay, and that plan showed the stage, correct?
That plan did, yes.
Okay, and what's the status of that plan?
Staff emailed the applicant with questions, and then on February 13th, life safety plan was sent in without the stage, and that is the life safety plan that was approved with the ZCU.
Okay, and
So it superseded the one with the
you
with
did
the
not
stage.
see a new proposed life safety plan on the portal. Was that your testimony?
Mr. Fitzgerald, can you speak into the mic? I'm
Oh,
having
I'm
trouble
sorry.
hearing you.
You did not see a new proposed life safety plan on the portal.
If it came in, so we just, planning and zoning side, which is what who processes the ZCUs, just went digital in the middle of June. And no, I have not seen a submittal for this business and a life safety plan in that portal.
Okay. And have you reviewed a new parking plan for the business?
There is a building permit for restriping the site that I have seen.
Okay.
I've not reviewed it. I've glanced over it, knowing that it was not yet correct.
Okay.
It is still in process on the building permit portal.
Okay, so it's not been approved or denied, correct?
Correct. Comments were sent to the applicant, I believe it was mid-June, and so response to those comments is still pending.
Would you agree with me that the owner is attempting to work through these problems?
I mean, I'm not objecting. Speculative.
If you know, you can answer.
I mean, they've submitted a permit and they came in yesterday intending to submit a life safety plan, so it looks like it.
Okay, no further questions.
I just have one follow-up question. Did you say that they came in yesterday? Ms.
Yesterday
Alvarez?
afternoon,
And what was
yes,
the
a
date?
representative.
What was yesterday's date? Just to be-
July, I'm guessing 22nd?
So that will be after July 14th, which was the
That is,
correction date
yes.
in this case, correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Nothing further.
City, have any other witnesses?
No.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
I'd like to call very briefly Mr. Mayo, and then I'm going to call the contractor.
Go ahead.
Please state your name.
Rodney Mayo.
I'm going to show you what we'll mark as Exhibit 1 and ask you to identify that for the magistrate.
Mr. Fitzgerald, you're going to have to speak up or into the mic because I can't hear you very well.
I'm going to show you a document which we'll mark as Exhibit 1 and ask you to identify it for the magistrate. First, let me do this.
Thank you. You're not thank you. Would you mind just taking notes there? Can't see the- Thank you.
Is that the original?
It says the original. It says the original with the stage. The stage says.
Okay.
You want me to put it back inside? Because the second page is. Great.
Yeah, so this is the original.
Okay. What is this document? What is this document, Mr. Mayo?
It looks like a zoning certificate of use that says received March 19th, 2024.
And if you flip to the back, does that show the stage?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's the original one
Yeah.
we opened
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Mayo.
Thank you.
Does the city have any questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to, this particular application that,
Sir, please come back.
Mr. Mayo referred you. One moment. Here. You know, we can, I'll recall my witness if there's any rebuttal. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
I'd like to call the contractor. Sir, please state your name.
Tony Stolmaker.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a general contractor.
Are you involved with the property that's the subject of this hearing?
I have been assisting with that project, yes.
In what specifically have you been assisting with?
It's life safety plan, post CO, occupancy, the new one that I believe you have a copy of in front of you.
Okay, let me get this straight, sir. Is this a copy of the life safety plan?
Yes.
Was that submitted to the city of Delray?
Yes.
When was it submitted?
I couldn't tell you the first date it was submitted, but it was 30, 45 days ago approximately.
And what happened to that submission?
I don't know. My staff submitted it, and comments or what have you were sent back, as far as I know.
Okay. What else are you doing in regards to the property?
Assisting with pulling a permit, which we started submission on, I believe, in March, which was accepted sometime in May for the concrete to extend the driveway to the 2 parking spots behind the building.
And why hasn't that been completed?
We don't have a permit yet for that.
And are you involved in any way with the parking lot?
I was asked to restripe the parking lot, which was done, and it was clear that they weren't happy after the restriping, which is what I was asked to do, that restriping wasn't sufficient, and that a restriping permit would need to be acquired, so we've applied for that.
Okay. So is it fair to say that the owner is attempting to correct these problems?
Yes, I've been assisting with those problems for
Eh, eh,
3 or 4 months.
So this is not something you've started at the last minute, is that correct?
No, he contacted me late February, May, somewhere between February, March with this to start on.
Okay. And as to the life safety plan, does it show the stage?
Yes.
They call it a stage, but it's actually a sitting area, correct?
It can be used for anything.
Okay. I have no further questions.
I just have one question. This life safety plan, I believe, I'm gonna bring it up, that you provided, this is not approved, correct?
Approved by who?
The city?
No, not that I know of.
All right, thank you. Sorry.
No further evidence.
Mr. Fitzgerald, do you have any other witnesses?
I do not.
One moment. Okay. I'd just like to call Ms. Alvarez, just for a quick rebuttal. Ms. Alvarez, I previously showed you, well, I guess I'm now showing you what the respondent marked and from a March 2024 zoning certificate of use application, correct? Just to take a look at it. Is there any indication on this ZCU that there is some type of structure, I believe even the contractor said it could be used for any purpose, whether it's a stage or seating area, within the zoning certificate of use application that was approved?
Well,
For this specific one that we're looking at, because there are subsequent ones, correct?
so the 3 pages that were given to us include the signed ZCU and a plan. However, our files do not have a plan associated with them. This was, I believe, prior to staff requiring all restaurants to submit a life safety plan with their ZCU, and that would be why we don't have it with it. But I do not have it. I have 2 scanned copies of an approved ZCU. Neither one of them has a plan with it.
And neither one of them has any indication that there's some type of structure that would possibly be.
Right. None of the notes on the ZCU indicate a stage or the need for any type of stage.
And just to be clear, currently on file for this particular property, is there any approved zoning certificate of use or life safety plan that indicates that the respondent would want to have that type of structure in the property that they're in violation for today?
There are no approved ZCUs that include a stage on the plan.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Ma'am, do you know how long that stage has been there?
Do I know how long? No.
Correct. Have you ever been there?
one time when we had a city meeting with the business owner.
And was the stage there?
I don't specifically recall.
I have no further questions, Mr. Wagner.
Is there anything further from either side?
No further testimony witnesses from the city.
City want to present? Tell me what they're asking for.
Yes, I just want to make a quick argument here. So what we're here for today is for 3 violations. One is for the parking spaces not clearly demarked, and the handicap space requires a demarked route to the ramp in violation of LDR 4.6.9 D8 marking and signage. As we've displayed from the photographs and exhibits, the marking, the striping is not proper. Although there appeared to be some type of attempt, there wasn't a permit for this, and it's still out of compliance as of the July 14th compliance date in this matter. The second violation that we're here for on this case is a concrete pad located in the rear of the property for employee parking access, does not connect to the roadway, which is in violation of LDR section 6.14 D2. We heard testimony from Mr. Thompson, and we saw photographs of this not being in compliance as of the July 14th, and it's still out of compliance. And the last one is the life safety plan filed with the zoning certificate of use. The one that is actually in question that we heard testimony from our assistant director that was approved on February 24th does not depict any type of stage and allows for occupancy of 67. We're calling the structure, whether it's a stage, whether it's a seating area, the contractor said that it could be used for any particular purpose. In any event, a life safety plan is necessary because this isn't, just for safety in the building. And based on the testimony of Mr. Thompson, this is possibly inhibiting ingress and egress, which is, dangerous, but we don't have any information on the life safety plan. In any event, based on the review of this case and the familiarity, Ms. Alvarez testified that there is not any approved zoning certificate of use on file with this type of life safety plan. And we haven't heard any testimony or provided any evidence of that as well from the respondent. So based on all of that, the city's position is that the respondent is still out of compliance with all of this, and we would ask for Mr. Thompson has the recommendation.
City suggests obtain approved permits for the parking, lot striping, and apron in 30 days and submit a revised zoning certificate of use in 60 days that includes the required safety plan and includes the seating structure, or $250 daily fine for each violation.
And just for clarification, as far as for 1 and 2, definitely the 30 days to come into compliance. For 3, the respondent can get with the city, but if they wanted to remove that, that's an option. In the city's position that shouldn't take more than 30 days. But if they did want to go to the route of the approval, then we are recommending the 60 days, or the fine would accrue.
Just so I'm clear, the city's asking for 30 days to get the permit for the parking
Approved permit, yes.
and 60 days for the driveway apron. Is that the 60?
No, 30 days for that as well. So if you look at the violation, number 1, which is the parking space is not clearly, I guess it says 4 here, parking space is not clearly demarcated. The city is asking for 30 days, or that fine would accrue. Right. The second violation, which is, I guess, number 5 here, is indicated on the top in the description. The concrete pad located in the rear property for employee parking does not connect to the roadway. So in this, obviously, as we stated in there, a hardscape application must be submitted and the driveway connection must be completed. So this is the 30 days to get that application in store. The third one, which is the life safety plan on the ZCU and approved, that wasn't approved to get that structure we're still saying 30 days if they wanted to remove it, but it's up to them how they want to come into compliance, or the fines were, accrue if they go the removal route. If they want to possibly try to keep the structure, then we understand that might take some time to go through the city process. So that's why we are, asking for 60 days, which is quite generous because they've been going through this process, right? So already, and have started the submittals as we've heard today, or the fines would accrue to get that approved, that life safety plan in the ZCU.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Well, as you heard, we've submitted the parking permit. We've submitted the life safety plan. I don't know if the time frame they're asking for is going to be enough to get those permits issued. And if in 30 days we don't have the parking permit, and we're going to start getting fined when they hold the ability to give us the permit so we can go do it. Same with the life safety plan. Those both have been done, but now it's in the city's court to review them and issue them. So to say it's a 30 days or you're going to get fined, we've already submitted them. What I would ask is maybe you have us come back and get a status report from us as to where the parking permit stands and where the life safety stands, because if they get rejected for some unknown reason and we have to resubmit them, it may take some more time. But we're trying to clean up these problems. The apron, I don't know if 30 days is enough to get that permit. There's a missing sidewalk. We're going to have to work with the city to either do a workaround or have them come out and put a new sidewalk in so we can connect it to the road. So I don't know. And again, it would seem this is something, have us come back in 30 days and get a status report. And if we're not living up to getting these permits, but 2 of them have already been applied for, and the 3rd one will be applied for probably post haste after this hearing, if you tell us, yes, come back. But we're trying to do what they want us to do. We restriped. It's not a defense, but we didn't know we needed a permit to restripe that which we already had a permit to have striped. So my suggestion would be to just have us come back sometime in the future for a status report, given that we've have submitted 2 of these.
If I might, let me inquire to the city. The timelines that you've given, are those viable timelines based on where this?
Yes, absolutely. And we had some discussions about this previously, so I can respond to that. Not only has the city been working with them and trying to assist with this, but for instance, one of them is the driveway striping. I'm just checking our permit screen now, and it's been the comments have been with the applicant for over like 30 days, right? So the city can only move as fast as the respondent responds, right? So to say that it's not enough time when they've been sitting on comments for 30 days, I think, I think it's definitely a reasonable amount of time. There are different routes they can get with city staff. I'm not here to comment on route to compliance, but some of these permits could be combined, right? So I just would argue that our requested timeframes are more than reasonable considering the history of the interaction as far as trying to get these resolved and the city responding.
The city's asking for the permit to be issued, not the work to be completed?
Yeah, at least that, because once they get permits, they have time to complete the work. I just want to confirm with that with Mr. Thompson, correct?
Correct.
It doesn't seem unreasonable to get them. Is it, Mr. Fitzgerald, do you understand why the comments haven't been responded to?
I don't. I'll get to the bottom of that. But I know with this apron issue, I guess they were told they have to do some traffic study, and you know that's going to take more than 30 days. We got to go to the city and work with them through that.
What about hold on, Zach, that's a legitimate issue. What about the apron issue? Can that be done in 30 days?
One moment, let me just confirm with Ms.
He had a concern about any type of traffic study and the apron, just Ms. Alvarez.
I don't know where that comment came from and how it would be required on these requests for these permits. We don't require traffic statements with permits. We require them with our development applications, but not with permits. So I'm a little thrown off on that one. I'm not sure why it would be requested or required for the permit.
That would be something that you would have to look into. That you're not taking any positions either way, or saying something is required or not. You're just saying that based on the information you have, do you think that this is possible within 30 days? What we're asking for?
For the 30 days, yes.
This is how I'll do it. I'm gonna go with the city's deadlines, but I will put a status hearing in 30 days for us. And if Mr. Fitzgerald, if it turns out that the things the city's asking you to do are not doable, you can come explain that to me, and I'll take a look at it. But I'm going to stick with these because what the city isn't even asking that you complete the work. They're just simply asking that the permits be issued within 30 days, and that seems reasonable considering how far advanced you are on this. But if that turns out not to be possible, then I'll put a status hearing, and you can come back and explain it to me.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So in case 254685, I'm going to make the following findings of fact on the law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed LDR sections. As to the marking and signage, I give the respondent 30 days to have a permit issued. As to the I guess this is a apron, 6.1.4 D2. I'll give the respondent 30 days to have a permit issued on that as well. And as to 2.4.6, I'll give them 60 days to submit a life safety plan and a new zoning certificate of use. Failure to meet either deadline can subject the property to a fine of up to $250 per day. We'll set a status hearing 30 days from now to check status and make sure that the deadlines are appropriate.
Thank you.
Case number 2, 25000010. Owner's name, 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, LLC. Registered agent, Law Office of Paul A. Krasker. Property address is 302 Northeast 6th Avenue. Code Officer Enrique Fernandez. Presented by Henry Thompson.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Henry Thompson, Clean and Safe Administrator. On June 4, 2025, Code Enforcement received a notice from a citizen regarding an event that was scheduled for June 7, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. at 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, Subculture, called Open Mic, Music and Poetry. Based on further investigation, staff was able to locate an advertisement for the event posted on Subculture's Coffee's social media, Instagram, on June 4th, 2024. On June 6th, 2025, let me go back. Social media, Instagram on June 4th, 2025. On June 6, 2025, the city manager's office issued a letter via email and U.S. mail to the property owner advising events held indoors or outdoors are not permitted and city commission approval for events is required. Further instructing him to refrain from further activity that is in violation of city's rules and regulations. On June 7, 2025, at approximately 9:10 p.m., Code Enforcement Officer Witkowski inspected the property and observed live music and people attending the unpermitted event called Open Mic, Music and Poetry. On June 8th, 2025, the Code Enforcement Department received a citizen follow-up complaint regarding the event and submitted photos and videos as evidence because he expressed concerns regarding vehicle and pedestrian traffic. The event, Open Mic, Music and Poetry, was advertised to be held on June 7, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. at Subculture Coffee, 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida. Based on the facts, it was determined that the Open Mic, Music and Poetry event was held at the property on June 7, 2025 and violated the Assemblies and Special Events Ordinance, Section 101.32 of the City of Delray Beach Code of Ordinances, as the property owner failed to obtain a special events permit prior to the event. A magistrate violation was issued on May 24, 2025. A magistrate violation was mailed first class and certified mail on July 11, 2025, and posted at the property on July 10, 2025. Certified confirmation of receipt was not received. Regular mail was not returned. I have 5 photos to present as evidence.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
So the city's special events policy that you were referring to, there are certain criteria that are looked at when determining whether a policy would be needed, correct?
Correct.
And based on your review of all the evidence in this case, the testimony you received, the information you reviewed, was this the type of event that would require special event policy approval?
Correct.
Was there music there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'm now showing you what's been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And you stated earlier that you received a complaint. Was that complaint at Mr. Daniel Rose?
Yes, correct.
And are these is this the information that you received? I believe you said a flyer and something else from Mr. Rose.
Correct.
And could you describe it for us?
Yeah, this was a screenshot of the Instagram post with the advertisement of the open mic event. It clearly states exactly when the time of the event and date of the event.
Okay, so it has a timing, open mic night, music and poetry, 7:30 p.m. to June 7th, correct?
Correct.
All right. City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes, this is another screenshot of that Instagram post from Daniel Rose depicting the event. And I guess this was a previous event, but this was part of the advertisement campaign.
And, so these 2 exhibits, based on your investigation, did you actually look on the Instagram page to verify whether this is a fair and accurate representation of what was on the Instagram page?
Yes, we did.
And did you see this flyer, and did you see the description of the event?
Yes, we did.
And this is actually here, was this a video with the advertisement?
Yes, I believe this is a video, yes.
And could you state to us what it says? I believe it was a little cropped on the City's Exhibit 1, but City's Exhibit 2? What is the caption?
Subculture, we've missed you all so much. Bring it back open mic this Saturday, June 7th at Subculture Delray.
All right, and does it have a date on the post?
What I'm looking at is, yes, June 7th, Saturday, June 7th.
And that's the date, and then the date of the post, it appears to be June 4th?
Yes.
I believe that's what you
That's-
testified
yeah,
to.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right, City's Exhibit, those are your, hold on one second. Okay, so we're good. All right, so thank you, Mr. Thompson. I don't have any further questions for you at this time, but at this time, the city would like to introduce the first 2 exhibits into evidence.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Again, first time I'm seeing these, Your Honor. I don't know who took them. I don't know if they actually depict the date they claim they do. Those are my objections.
As far as authentication, Mr. Thompson testified, if you would like an explanation, Mr. Thompson testified that he received them from complainant Daniel Rose. We showed the screenshot with Mr. Rose's name on there with a copy of the flyer and the description as Mr. Thompson testified to during the beginning portion of his testimony, as well as the second exhibit received. But not only did he receive the complaint, but as a thorough code enforcement employee, Mr. Thompson himself went to Subculture's Instagram page and visually saw them and stated that this is a fair and accurate representation of what Subculture posted on their Instagram page, which he testified to, and also testified to the date of the event, which was corroborated with the complaint of Mr. Daniel Rose.
I'll allow both into evidence as Exhibits 1 and 2.
Okay.
Are you,
I don't know if he has any questions
Oh,
for.
okay.
I have another witness, but I'm not sure if he has any questions
Mr.
for
Fitzgerald, do you have any
Mr.
questions
Thompson.
for the code officer?
I do.
Please proceed.
Sir, you're familiar with the code relating to special events, correct?
Yes.
And a special event needs a permit if it's going to affect parking, correct?
It's more than just parking.
One of the items is parking.
Yes, one of them was parking.
Okay, did this open mic night affect parking?
That I couldn't testify to because I didn't witness it.
Another item is traffic.
Mhm.
Did this open mic night affect traffic?
That I couldn't testify to because I didn't witness
Okay.
it.
And one of the issues is that the use is not customary given the area. Do you recall that item?
I'm not sure what you're trying to get at.
Well, one of the items, there's a list of items that if you fall within, you have to get a permit for a special use, correct?
Correct.
And the statute deals with parks and beaches and private residence or private facilities, correct?
There's multiple venues.
Okay. But parks are one of them,
Yes.
beaches are one of them,
Yes.
and private buildings.
Correct. Commercial buildings.
So,
residence.
are you aware that a number of businesses in the area have entertainment at night?
I'm gonna object to relevance. There's first of all, there's no context, and there's not even an assertion that that is unapproved use of having music at a venue, or even that is
Yeah, I'm
qualified
not sure.
as a special event.
I'm not sure why it's relevant, but if he knows, I'll let him answer.
Once again, the question.
Are you aware that there are other businesses in the area that have things such as open mic nights?
Not specifically open mics, but if you're trying to go in that direction of acting out of use, yeah, there are other businesses that we are going to
Now,
address accordingly.
in your view as a code inspector, would a special permit be needed if Subculture Coffee Shop was going to hold a chess tournament?
Only if it would impact any city resources.
Okay. And that's the key, isn't it?
Key, yes.
So did this open mic night impinge on any city services?
I could not testify. I didn't witness that.
Okay. And let me just go back. Would it be the same answer if the city, or if Subculture was to hold a Scrabble tournament?
Like I said before, if it impacts city resources.
Okay, and again, the key is impacting city resources. And just one more example, let's say some artists want to come and show their wares. Would your answer be the same, that a permit would be needed if it impinged on city services?
Correct.
I have no further questions, Magistrate.
I just have a couple follow-up questions. Respondent's attorney went through a couple hypotheticals that are different situations than this case, correct?
Correct.
And he stated that in those particular hypotheticals, there was not any musical performances, correct?
Correct.
And he didn't state that those particular examples received any type of letter from the city administration that disallowed any of these type of performances, correct?
Correct.
In addition to being outside of the special events policy, correct?
Correct.
And you stated that one of the highlights or one of the criteria, I would call it, based on the special events policy, is whether city services were impacted, correct?
Correct.
But isn't it true that that's not the only criteria, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, in the special events policy, it states that special events shall include, but is not limited to, other things, including musical performance events, correct?
Correct.
So just to wrap this up, in this particular case, based on the evidence reviewed, the evidence obtained, your training and experience, and your knowledge of the city's code and special events policy, is this type of event something that would have required a special events policy,
Yes.
special events permit?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
City's had another witness.
Yes, I'm not, Ms. Patowski? Good afternoon. Could you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Delinda Witkowski.
And what is your current position in the city?
I'm a code enforcement officer for Clean and Safe.
And are you familiar with the property located at 302 Northeast 6th Avenue?
I am.
And are you the code enforcement officer that responded out to the event on June 7th,
I was.
2025? You are?
For June 7th, yes.
Yes, June
Yes.
7th, 2025. Could you describe what you observed when you went out to the property? You can just tell me and then we can go through the photos.
All right, so I believe it was just kind of the beginning. It was early stage of the event. So there was a picture there just showing in the background there's a girl singing there. So it was beginning stages. It wasn't yet crowded.
Okay,
But-
so let's talk about, let's break that down. So since you're talking about what has been previously identified as City Exhibit 3, this is the evening that you responded out to the property that we're here for, Subculture, correct?
Correct.
And did you say that you observed someone singing?
There was.
And was she singing through a microphone?
She was.
Okay.
She was.
And there was an audience, it appears, watching the person sing.
Yes,
correct?
on this, it's on the south side as well as on the east side. There's people there.
All right, so now I'm showing it has been previously identified as City's Exhibit 4. When was this photograph taken?
This was taken on June 7th of 2025.
And what does it depict?
Depicts an open mic event. Yes, not on the structure. However, there was an open mic event that's prohibited.
So let's break down what you're calling the open, describing as the open mic event. Open mic events typically have different types of performers, correct?
Yes,
There could be poetry, there could be musical performers, there could be instrumentalists.
correct. For what I know of Subculture, yes, they have different performers.
All right, and for this particular photograph that we're looking at here, City's Exhibit 4, what is the person in the kind of the left side, just behind the structure, or in front of the structure, with the guitar case? What is she doing?
She is singing.
Is she also playing a guitar?
She's playing the guitar, yes.
And is there also a crowd of people looking directly at her, watching her?
There are.
Okay, thank you. And that was also taken on June 7th when you went there?
Correct.
And now we're City's Exhibit 5 that's been previously marked for identification purposes. What does it depict?
Just a different view from just the same individual singing. Throughout the night, there are different individuals singing or doing different events, different types of performances, and she was just singing with a microphone
And a guitar or something?
and playing a guitar as well. And actually in Portuguese.
Okay, and is this a video
Yes.
of it? Okay. Let me go back. Go
Cada pessoa tem uma percepção diferente sobre aquela sua realidade diferente. Eu sou o que eu sou, o que eu sou, o que eu sou.
Alright, thank you. At this time, the city would like to introduce exhibits 3 through 5 into evidence.
No objection.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
No objections, Magistrate Warner.
No objection, I'll accept those into evidence as city's exhibits 3 through 5.
So just to wrap it up, while you were there, did you witness different performers?
I didn't stay for a long period of time, so no, she was the only one.
All right, but you did witness around the time that was advertised that there were musical performances for the open mic night.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have anything further for Ms. Patowski.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Briefly, Magistrate Wagner. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you again for the water.
You're welcome.
If Mr. Rose had not called the city, would you have gone out to witness this event?
I'm going to object to relevance, but
I'll get to relevance in 1 second.
Give you a little leeway.
To be honest, I do, because this has been going on for a long period of time, I do constantly, during the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday stuff, I do always drive by and see how things are.
Okay. But Mr. Rose called and lodged a complaint, correct?
I received the orders from my bosses to do, so I didn't receive it from him personally.
Okay. But you heard earlier that Ms. Warner said that there was a complaint from Mr. Rose, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you aware that Mr. Rose has agreed in open court at questioning to a circuit court judge to stop complaining about subculture?
I'm sorry, I do not know anything about that.
Okay. Did this open mic in any way impinge any resources of the city of Delray Beach?
At the time, no. Doesn't mean that it couldn't have. If it was well advertised and a lot of people showed up, it could have been an issue at the time. But nonetheless, the fact is, it is not allowed.
Okay. Are you aware of any efforts made by Subculture to work with the city to get a list of what they can do in that facility? It's a yes or no, ma'am.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that
question? Are you
question?
aware of any efforts made by the owners of Subculture to work with the city to get a list of things they can do in that facility?
I know that I have, every time I've been there, I go, you need to come into the city and apply for approvals. It's taken a long time, so the effort on their part has been minimum.
Okay. No further questions.
At this time, the city would like to call Ms. Amy Alvarez. Could you please state your name, your position, with the city, Ms. Alvarez?
Assistant Development Services Director.
And are you familiar with the property located at 302 Northeast 6th Avenue, Subculture?
Yes.
And I believe, and as part of your duties and your responsibilities in your position, are you familiarized with different approvals at different properties or assist with the approval process?
Yes.
Okay. And are you aware specifically what the approval as far as use is for Subculture?
A restaurant.
Okay, so it's listed as a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not listed as any type of musical area?
No.
Okay. And specifically, we talked earlier about a letter from the city manager regarding Subculture and these special events, correct?
Correct.
And is the open mic night or any, is that within the customary usual activities associated with this property?
It's not a customary or usual activity associated with a restaurant.
Right. Has this described some type of grab and go or coffee shop restaurant?
It's
for the approval purposes.
been approved as a restaurant.
All right. Thank you.
Mr.
It's-
Fitzgerald?
It is primarily, ma'am, a coffee house, correct?
Our code does not distinguish between the two.
Okay. You just said in the last hearing you have been there, correct?
I've been there one time when
Yeah.
city staff had a meeting with the business owner.
Okay. And you saw what goes on in the facility, correct?
There were people there, yes.
Okay. And it's primarily a coffee house.
In the middle of the day it was, yes.
Okay. And did you see anyone playing any board games?
I was not paying attention to anybody else other than our
Okay.
city staff meeting.
Did you see any board games?
I'm gonna object to relevance for, we don't even have context for when this meeting was, what she was there for, and it's definitely not, she was definitely not there for this special event that we're discussing here for the violation.
I think that's a fair objection, but I'll give you some leeway. I mean, if you saw something, you can say you saw it.
I did not notice board games.
I have no further questions.
Does he have any more witnesses?
Mr. Fitzgerald?
I call Mr. Mayo. Please state your name, sir.
Rodney Mayo?
And you're the owner of the facilities, correct?
Yes, Subculture Coffee.
I'm going to show you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. So to make sure I have everything.
With this one.
I'm going to show you what will be marked as Exhibit 1 and ask you to identify it for the record.
It is a certificate of use
And was
application.
Was it approved by the city of Delray?
I was given, somebody called me from zoning and said, your application is ready and approved. I went to the city, a very nice Indian gentleman came out from behind the counter, handed me a package, shook my hand, apologized for all the trouble that we've been having, and said, you are approved, you can go over to now get your BTR license, which we did.
Okay. And
When was this?
I'm going to get to that. What is the date of this, sir?
There's 2 received stamps. There's a stamp of January 1st, 2025, and then a stamp of February 6, 2025. And I was in contact with Amy, and Amy was the one that said, write everything you want to do on this application, submit it, and I will help you get it through the system. So when somebody says that we didn't act immediately, this is probably within a couple of weeks. This is January. We immediately filed a new application, and if you notice, the life safety that was submitted with this shows a stage. I have 6 emails back from the city that all show a stage. Mysteriously, that disappeared.
I'm going to read what the detailed description of the business is. It says, coffee shop with food, art, music, community cultural gathering place with weekly entertainment, including chess, live art painting, poetry, open mic, karaoke, latte art, coffee cupping classes, guest trainings and classes, and updating services. Was that what you submitted to the City of Delray?
Yes, I submitted one first and showed it to Amy, and she said, "Is that everything?" And I said, "Do you really want me to list chess?" And she said, "Yes, list every single thing
Who is
on
Amy?
there." Amy, right here.
Okay. The lady who
Okay.
just testified, correct?
Yes.
And
Very
you-
nice, by the way, and but was willing to help me get through the process. Said, "I will help you get through this process."
And has it been your belief that these items listed were permitted uses?
We were, when this was approved, yes. So this took a while. I kept following up with emails. I said, "What's up? What's the status?" Finally, somebody called me and said, "It's ready to pick up."
Okay.
But that was several months after this.
And since this time, have you tried to work with the city as to what you can do in that facility without getting a code violation?
Yes, it got so confusing asking them, just tell me, we want to abide by the rules, just tell me. I scoured the code. There's absolutely nothing in the code that says a restaurant cannot do these activities. There's at least eight other restaurants in the city that do all these activities and have been doing it for 20 years. I keep mentioning Dada. We've been in business for 25 years. We've been doing.
I'm gonna object to relevance.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
I think he was going to say he's been in this city for 25 years and is a good citizen, and he's trying to work with Delray. I know this is broken record because we were here recently and you heard similar things, but I need to make a record.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, like I said, my experience for 25 years at Dada, we've done live bands on Friday and Saturday, DJs, open mic. Our team came in second in the Nationals in a poetry competition that we held for 10 years. So of course my presumption is when I open another with the exact same license, people get confused thinking that there's a separate license for a coffee shop. We're not. We're licensed as a restaurant, which is the same as Dada, which is the same as many other so-called restaurants that don't serve food that operate as nightclubs within the city. Logically, I see this. I walk down Atlantic Avenue. I see the chaos there. I go, do they have a special license? And they say, no, it's a restaurant, same as yours. No difference. Just my eyes say, okay, they're doing it. Why can't I do it? So, but what I did, because there was so much confusion, is I printed out a list of 18. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? I showed it to every commissioner except for the mayor. I showed it to all 9 department heads. Every one of them said, great, this is going to eliminate confusion. I go, this is going to eliminate confusion for me. Just give it back to me. That was 4 months ago. I pushed. I go, just check it off. And even at the bottom of it, it says, whatever you check off, we will do. Nobody has bothered to just give me any information and say, to me, we stopped chess night just because, I don't think anyone could say you can't have 7 people come to a chess club, but we just eliminated it all because we got better things to do. We're just stuck in this quagmire and I don't know what to do. I just need answers from the city, and they will not nobody will step up to the plate and say, out of my 14 things, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. Even if they check no on all of them.
I apologize for but why not just apply for the permit?
We did. This is it. This is it. And this is the permit we did in January, and it was handed to me and approved.
That's a special event permit?
No. First of all, a special event for we would do 6 a week. And they cost, the special events that are not free, I was told we would not get approved for it. My concern is they're making us go through all this. We have all our licenses. We are all current. We could just say, forget this, let's just not do anything. But that's not why I open up coffee shops. I open up to be community gathering places and have exactly that. Brought tear to my eyes, seeing like a girl that never gets out to play. This is her one opportunity, and believe me, if we have people that are just like, when is it coming back? When is it coming back? I've scoured the code. I've asked the city. We've done everything. It is a misconception when anyone here says that we have been lackadaisical in this process. I have email upon emails that verify all this. I was given, I wish we could have, I'm sorry, the Indian guy in zoning's name? Yes, Rafit. So nice, came out to me
He's
from
Egyptian.
behind the counter, Egyptian, sorry, came out from behind the counter, shook my hand, apologized that I had to go through all this. He said, "You're good to go." Hands me that. Go right over 5 steps, get your BTR. We go over to BTR. They're confused. And they say, "You already have an active BTR." I said, "Yes, I don't understand either, but I think it has something to do with live music." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, that's right. We have a new requirement. You need now 2 BTRs. So she went and she wrote on top of it the application. She said, live music. She said, "Oh, you're prorated. You don't have to pay a full year. You can pay the balance of the year. Here's the amount." Gave it to her, paid. We have a receipt for that amount. You asked the city, this does not exist. This, they say, does not show up in their portal. It's stamp received twice. They say it doesn't. The BTR, we go online, the BTR says active till September, but on the left side it says expired. So in the comments it says expired, but our live music on the right side says active until September 2025. There's a lot of, we scoured the portal last night, there's a lot of things, very weird stuff like that. But when they said we have applied for everything they have asked us for, we have submitted that parking, we have gone back 3 times. It's not that it took 30 days when you said, why didn't they respond to 30 days? We were right on it. We went back there, brought it to Jeff, who is now.
Let's try to stick to this case, because otherwise we'll be here
Okay.
even longer.
So it's poetry? To me, I'm sorry, I'm a
Just-
U.S. citizen. As a poet, that requiring a special event, what is the fee? I'm not sure, but I think there's a $150 fee. You have to get it applied for. We want to do poetry once a week. We want to do open mic once a week. We want to do chess club. So is the city saying that we have to pay $150, $200 and apply for this? And I was told they would not approve it. We would. If they want us to get 300 special event licenses, I mean, it's going to be prohibitively expensive, but if they made some waiver that said, all right, it's $25 a license, we'll give you 300, fine, we'll do it. It's just the misunderstanding of what we can do. Or just fill out that sheet and tell me, we can't do live music, but we can do chess. We can do open mic, but we can't have a band. Just tell us and we'll do it. That's it.
Final question. Anything else you'd like to tell Special Master Wagner relating to this case, which had to do with open mic?
No, just that a reasonable person can look at that video and it's poetry. And like I said, I've been doing that. We still do that. I'm throwing myself under the bus, which I do all the time. We still do that at DADA. We still do poetry. We still do open mic. We still have DJs. We've been doing it for 25 years. For some reason, well, we know the reason. It's our neighborhood is pushing this. And I just don't understand if this is a citizen complaint, why it's like, don't I have the right to ask questions about the citizen-generated complaint to that person? It's like being accused and not being able to face your accuser.
I'm going to get to that. We have nothing further. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
I just have a
Oh,
couple
hold on.
questions.
I have a couple of follow-up questions. Thank you. So, Mr. Mayor, you showed us the first page of the zoning certificate of application, a use application for January 3rd, 2024. And within that description, you stated there's a coffee shop with food, art, music, etc., correct? On the first page.
I listed all the events that we were doing, yes.
So those types of things are your asks, right? Like what you desire to have occur, correct?
Well, no, originally when we filled it out, our original application 5 years ago that was accepted,
I'm talking about this specific application, though. That's what you wanted to do.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And on the second page of the application, that's where staff, after they review the application, actually gives you the approvals, correct? Do you have the second page of the application? Just let me show his counsel quickly. Okay. So in
Yes.
this particular case, or applications, shall I say, you were only approved for a restaurant of 45 seats, stating that an alcohol license had to be used, and it shall meet all the bona fide restaurant definition as defined and described in the city's LDR Appendix A. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So You weren't approved for all of these things that you asked for.
No, I believe but there is no code that says a restaurant. You have a restaurant right now that has a $20 cover charge, about 1,000
I'm going to object to
people in it.
relevance and
Yeah, we have to stick to this case.
Okay. There's, just as a business person, seeing what else, I made the logical conclusion that there is more allowed in a restaurant use because there's no such thing as you don't have a code or a permit for a live music venue. You do not have a code or permit for a cultural gathering place. Those don't exist. You don't even have one for coffee shop.
Okay, I think
it's
you've answered the
restaurant only.
questions.
That's the only option.
okay, correct.
So
So, and I believe you also stated that you've been trying to work for with the city, and indeed the city did at least have some type of on-site meeting with you. I think Miss Alvarez stated that she was there. That was back on, I believe, May 6th, correct?
yes, every department head, including fire and police, were there.
That was on May 6th.
Code, yes.
And in that meeting, isn't it correct that staff followed back up with you and asked you to provide your detailed description and advise you that once they review your descriptions, that you would have to proceed with an amended ZCU, conditional use, or any other special events license, correct?
Incorrect.
That's not correct?
No, I had already submitted it.
Okay.
It's kind of a mute point. If I submitted it and you're saying it was denied, why would I bother submitting it again?
No, my question was, staff advised you that on email,
No,
correct?
incorrect.
Okay,
No,
at
they
this
did
time
not.
I'm showing you
They did not advise me that.
your email, rodney.subculture@gmail.com?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Show it to me.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. The only issue was occupancy and life safety.
Okay, may I have this back?
This is still active in your system.
Okay, may I have this back?
It,
All right.
it doesn't show, but this is still active in your system.
I just have like this is exhibit 6 maybe for this case. And just briefly, today.
Yeah. The only issue is updating a life
I have a
safety.
question,
Hold on,
Mr.
just
Mayor. Let me ask a question.
before we go. Mr. Fitzgerald, do you object to this letter into evidence?
I do not.
Just give me 1 second to read it before you keep going.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Today, you haven't applied for any type of conditional use for what you described as having the musical performances or I think you said open monthly, whatever you said you wanted to do, correct?
Right. No, we have,
Okay.
and it's in the system. This was approved, and we have a BTR that was accepted for live music.
But you don't have a BTR that allows you to have any use outside of a restaurant.
No, you're
Correct.
incorrect. We applied for live music. She wrote the prorated amount. She
Right.
accepted our money. That is in your
So
system.
I just want to be clear. There's what you want and there's what was approved,
No.
correct?
Well, when you
No, I'm asking you. You understand that there's
okay, but
what
when
you
somebody takes your money and says we have it, that is all we can do. We can submit it to the city. If they do not respond to that, which they did not, what are we supposed to do? We did exactly what you asked. We filled it out. I submitted live music. They took our money. We keep following up. Nobody answers it.
Maybe-
so
maybe I'm-
what are we supposed to do to that?
Let me rephrase the question. You do not have any type of approved use for anything outside of a restaurant, correct, on a ZCU?
There is only one there is no other approval. In
Is
your
that-
system, it's a restaurant. There's no approval for a nightclub or live music. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say. It doesn't exist.
But you
You're
don't
asking me
have-
to obtain something that doesn't exist in your
Right,
system.
but you don't have any type of conditional use from the city, correct? For this?
What is it? I don't know what a conditional,
Conditional
use is.
use, a use on the property.
I
So
never,
that's
it's the first time I'm hearing this. I've
Okay.
never heard that I need a conditional use. I've heard that I need to reapply for my CZU. That's it. And apply
is-
for BTR live music, which was accepted, paid for, which you guys can't find in your system.
Okay.
But we have it stamped saying received
Okay,
and
but
paid.
we can refer to the email as to what the city advised you that is in evidence. Okay.
Life safety, that's it.
One moment. You didn't apply for any type of special event permit for this event on June 7th, did you?
No, I would
Okay,
not think it
city
was
has
necessary.
nothing further.
Mr.
I have nothing further.
All right, I'll hear the city argument.
So we've heard testimony and evidence that the city received the complaint on June 4th. The city also sent a follow-up letter on June 6th to Mr. Mayo explicitly reiterating that, you know, these type of events are unpermitted. We heard testimony from Mr. Mayo himself that he didn't apply for any type of special events permit. We have the zoning certificate of use application specifically indicating that this is for a restaurant use. I mean, I know we've heard a lot, but in the simplest put, we have a video and testimony of a live musical performance, which is outside of the normal use of this property. And if you take a look at the special events policy that we have here in the city, special events shall include, but are not limited to, festivals, fundraisers, exhibitions, musical performances, and then explicitly another one of the criteria is unlike the customary and unusual activities generally associated with the property. So we heard lots of testimony regarding what occurred, when it occurred, what the respondent was advised of before he even went forward with the event. So I just think that this is a blatant violation of the city's special events policy and that he should be found in violation. Respondent.
Just to make my record, and I know what's going to happen because you rejected him last time, this code violation on its face is facially infirmed. Does not comply. It states in it that it was issued pursuant to Chapter 162. It does not comply with Section 162.21, subsection 7, 8, and 9, which is required information that must occur. It is Section 3D, 7, 8, and 9. The procedure for the person to follow in order to pay the civil penalty or interest or contest the citation, applicable civil penalty if the person elects to contest the citation, and applicable civil penalty if the person elects not to contest the citation. You denied that last time. This one has the same infirmities. It also doesn't comply with the City of Delray Beach's own operating guideline manuals, specifically 4C. The notice shall advise of all applicable fines as set forth in 2D. Goes on, the notice shall also explain that the alleged violator may be liable for reasonable cost for the administrative hearing. Again, that's missing. So the first argument is facially this is infirmed. Second argument is this is like ongoing. We were here last time. You heard most of the same arguments. Mr. Mayo and the business needs some clarity. He thought he had approval for this stuff, still does. They keep citing him, and it's the same story. Daniel Rose reports a violation. They come out. They cite they cite the business, and then we end up here. If the city would just say, you can't do anything, that would be one outcome. If the city says, yeah, you can have a chess club, you can have a trivia night, you can have artists come and show their art, we can't get a clear answer. And then we come here, and I don't know, she hasn't asked for the fine yet. Last time it was $7,500. You said $3,500 was reasonable. Time before that it was $5,000. That got cut down to $2,500. Mr. Mayo needs some clarity. He wants to continue this business in Delray, but it's becoming almost prohibitive. It's a coffee shop. It's a community gathering place. People are in and out of that shop from when it opens to midnight, working, interacting. This is not an evil place. And if ancillary services for a coffee house, it's not unheard of, but we can't get clarity from the city. So we would just ask that no fine be issued, and we have to get the city to give us some clarity. Thank you.
So just a brief response. As far as the arguments, I wanted to make sure we're laying the proper record regarding the section that council cited regarding the due process and what was required. He cited the section or the statute that pertains to citations. This is a notice of violation. So the general 162 notice, opportunity to be heard. Did we notice them? Did we provide them with the section that applies here, which we did. If you look at the notice of violation, the notice of irreversible and irreparable violation and notice of hearing is issued pursuant to Chapter 162 Florida statutes, and then it goes on to talk about our Chapter 37 of our code. So our position is that this was properly noticed. He's having the opportunity to be heard here. They're here today present, and our position is that we presented a case to show that there was irreparable violation of the city's special event policy here. In regard to whether or not the city is willing to work with them, the city has been and will continue to work with the respondent. The city's concerned. He brought up the prior violations. I didn't say that in the first part, but at least one of them was for a incident that occurred prior to this date. And you can't say we want the city to work with us and continue to violate the code, right? The city is continuing to try to work with them and having meetings with the respondent. So the city's position is that you should find them in violation, the respondent. And the city is asking for, Mr. Thompson has the fine amount.
City suggests a one-time fine in the amount of $77,500 to be paid within 30 days, and the authorization to lien the property if the fine is not paid within those 30 days.
I can't say I enjoy seeing these come back repeatedly. So my scope of authority here is limited. I happen to like both poetry and music, and I even like coffee shops. But the question to me is a more direct one, which is whether or not the facts as I understand them constitute a violation of the code section as I read it. The city code section in this case is pretty broad in what constitutes an event that requires a special event permit. It's got a number of different things that trigger it, and I think the city's argument is probably correct in that the use of music and having musical events at a coffee shop probably does trigger at least Section 4 of that code section, meaning that this probably is something that requires, under the Code of Delray Beach, a special event permit. In fact, not probably, as it's plainly written, it seems to require such a thing. Now, as a practical matter, whether I agree with that or whether I think it should is really kind of irrelevant. It's whether it does or it does not. I don't get to rewrite the code. The city writes the code. The city council gets to decide what the requirements are, and as I read the requirements, this event, as presented by the city, does trigger that section, meaning that a code, as I plainly read the language, that a special event permit is required. The evidence also presented to me is that a special event permit was not issued. Then the question is, well, what's an appropriate fine? In this case, the city is asking me for $7,500. How do I weigh that? This is not the first time this has come up, so that weighs against it for a more significant fine. I also have testimony from the code officer that this wasn't a particularly disruptive or an event that caused the city resources to be used, so I have to weigh that as well as something that didn't cause a huge amount of problems. However, this is not the first time that this has come up. Based on the testimony of the respondent, it's pretty clear, what Mr. Mayo would like is that that he doesn't have to apply for a permit to do each of these events. I can understand why he would want that. And I can even understand why a city might permit that. But this city doesn't. The city has a musical event where you're inviting people that's not the normal use of a restaurant. That's going to require a special event permit unless the city wants to change it. But I do think that the city's ask here is probably high. But I will say that this is probably the last time if this comes up again, because the respondent is clearly on notice that he can't have musical events without a permit. If it came back, I would probably have to follow the city's recommendation and make a more significant fine. But in this case, I will reduce the city's ask to $3,500 again for the last time and find that this is a violation. I'll give the respondent 30 days to pay or be subject to a lien on the property. That's my ruling.
Thank you, Magistrate Wagner.
Case number 3, IR 25000068. Owner's name, Bright Horizons Investment Corp. and GoCo Incorporated. Registered agent is Samuel Cantor and Gwen Gove. Property address is 32 East Atlantic Avenue. It's presented by Code Officer Delinda Wachowski.
Good afternoon, Magistrate. My name is Delinda Witkowski. I'm a code officer for Clean and Safe. I'm here regarding an irreversible and irreparable violation, which is case 25000068 at location 32 East Atlantic Avenue. A notice of hearing was issued on July 15th of 2025 and mailed out both first class and certified on July 18th of 2025. It was mailed to the property owner from Property Appraisal and 2 different registered agents from Sunbiz. The posting was conducted actually one day prior to the mailing, which was on July 17th of 2025, this was hand-delivered and signed by the executive chef, Donald Pinza. On July 14th of 2025, I received a complaint. Also, along with that, a video of a resident from Delray Beach confirming concerning an unauthorized vendor hauling trash away from the established known as Elizabetta's. The incident occurred on July 13th of 2025. Approximately 6:25 a.m. in the morning, which was on a Sunday, where the complainant observed a white pickup truck, 4-door, with a trailer in the back with wooden sidings on the trailer. The vendor was removing trash bags from the dumpster, throwing them into the truck bin, and as well as into the trailer. This is, according to the City of Delray Beach, we have a contract with Waste Management for the disposal and removal of all garbage and trash. Therefore, because we are governed by the exclusive franchise agreement between Waste Management and the city, any external, unprohibited, or unapproved vendor removing trash bags and transporting garbage waste is not allowed. Based on the complaint, and as well as the video provided to us, this is a case that is in direct violation of Code Section 51.15 of the City of Delray Beach Ordinance.
Thank you. Before we go on, I know you mentioned that Waste Management is the contracted garbage and trash disposal company, correct?
Correct.
For the city. And there might be some instances, if you take a look at the contract, maybe they're able to assign it out to another subcontractor.
Yes.
In this particular case, was this a company that had been acting under the authority based on your investigation of Waste Management?
No, it was not.
Okay, thank you. I'm now showing you, go back, what has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Okay, this is actually the video from my complainant.
Okay. You watched the video, right?
I
We're
did.
going to have the complainant testify, so we'll just pause here and just have her. She's on this one. You can come up. We just have some brief testimony from the complainant. You have a cigarette. state your full name for the record?
Kimberly Mallon.
And where do you live?
I live at 12 Southeast First Avenue, Delray Beach.
And are you familiar with this property, Elizabeth's, near 32 East Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach?
Yes.
So are you live around that area?
Yes, our parking lot is the same alley that backs up to Elizabeth's.
Okay. And I believe you're the one who brought this forward and let the city know that this was going on, correct?
Yes.
And based on, we're gonna get to the video, but based on this, the trash pickup, how has it affected your area, your neighborhood, and what you observed?
We constantly have litter from Elizabeth's floating into our parking lot. Their trash pickup people block our egress, and their delivery trucks chronically block our ingress and egress. And as a nurse who was on call for emergencies, it impeded me getting out in that case, to get to the OR, which was, to save the life of a mother and baby or babies.
And with the normal waste management, if it's done in normal course, were you having these issues, or were they pretty much on a better routine schedule for you?
We had contacted Waste Management when they were blocking, and they spoke with their people, and they would have the garbage barrels move further up the alley. So even though it's a one-way alley, I still had egress, taking an illegal right turn in that one-way alley, but I could get out and get to the emergency situation.
Okay, thank you. As well as, I believe, was there any food or any other items of debris that was?
Oh, there is an employee that constantly is throwing their bread out to the birds, and my dog has choked on it several times. And to Elizabeth's, Chad has approached that employee. I know he has because I brought it to his attention. Chad's the manager there. But she still continually, or he continually, is putting bread out there, which brings the birds that poop all over the place. And again, my dog's choked 3 times on it.
So based on all of this, I guess, unpermitted waste disposal and garbage pickup, you're having all these different types of problems with your residents?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm now showing you what has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Things a little stuff here. Did you provide this video to code enforcement?
Yes, I did.
And we're just gonna play. We're gonna watch the video. Is it not working? But if you could we're having a technical difficulty. Can you just describe what was going on in the video?
On that particular morning, I had gone out because the birds were back from the bread, and my dog had choked when I had taken him out earlier, and I was out there to spray some peppermint so the birds would go away. And when I returned, to bring the spray out after taking the dog in, there was a gentleman in a white pickup truck in the back and removing garbage from Elizabeth's barrels, their waste management barrels, and putting it into the trailer.
Okay. And this vehicle didn't have any waste management markings on it?
No.
Okay. All right. This is your evidence. One moment. Let me see.
There's photos in the book I provided that show.
Okay. I think we have it on the phone if that's okay. I just want to show you the video that has been previously marked. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, I do. I took that video.
And this is the video that you provided to the city?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's very short. I just want to show you, then I'll walk it up to the special magistrate. We'll provide it as supplemental backup. So this is the video of the individual you stated emptying the waste management bins?
Yes.
By Elizabeth in the pickup truck?
Yes.
Okay. About a minute, just a second, then I'll show the respondents representative.
I think there's a little bit more to it because I had a front side thing.
Yeah.
But there we go. she wasn't really putting it in.
I'm not sure I didn't catch the gentleman's name at the microphone, Mr. Wagner, if you could give his name, contact information, and
Yes, my name is Eric Rubenstein. We are the waste broker and management company in charge of all big time restaurant locations.
are you authorized to be here on behalf of Elizabethus today?
I am.
Okay. Did you want to further inquire? I just wanted to show you the video, because we didn't show that in all fairness, I just wanted to
No
show it to
problem.
you. Different angle. Just want to wait for it. It's only a minute.
No problem.
It's only, okay, it's like 10 more seconds. It's the longest minute.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. May I approach Mr. Wagner? Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Okay.
We have a couple. The witness has a couple of photos, so I just, if we're, since we're having the technical, that might be easier to see. This was one, this one two. So I'm gonna mark these as exhibit 1A, B, C, and D to go along with the video. Go ahead and look at that. So that's exhibit 1, this is 1A. Just wanna show these to you.
Absolutely. And are these the same date?
Yep, she's gonna testify. I'm gonna
Video.
testify.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I just wanna show, while I'm showing, we just have to go through this. Can I, I'm now showing you has been previously marked as city's exhibit 1A, B, C, and D. Do you recognize the photographs?
I do.
And were those the photographs that you provided to code enforcement out of the same, that were taken the same day as the video?
These photos are actually from the video.
Okay, so you
I
did like
stopped.
screenshots?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair enough. And are they a fair, accurate representation of what you observed that day?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. At this time, the city would like to introduce 1A, B, C, D into evidence.
Sir, do you have any objections to these?
And no objections.
Without objection, I'll accept into evidence these 4 photographs and the video.
Thank you. And just to wrap it up, we thank you for coming here today. Did you provide all this information over to the code enforcement department?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if he has any questions for you. If not,
I do not.
thank you. All right, so I'd like to recall Ms. Witowski. So Ms. Witowski, we just heard testimony from the complainant in the video. So did the complainant provide this video to you so you can begin your investigation?
She did.
Okay, did you observe the video?
I did.
And did you observe or see any markings that were in indicia of waste management? Like, did it look like it was a waste management truck?
No, it did not.
Okay, it's like a box truck, right?
Yes.
I'm now showing you what has been previously marked as Exhibit 2. What is this?
Okay, so we were given flyers at the end of 2024 in December from our bosses and stuff. It was a means of communicating and educating the businesses and the restaurants a little bit. So there were several different flyers. This one, the green one, was specific for waste management, the 51.15, specifying the importance of working only with waste management, the contract that we had with waste management. So I had gone to all the different businesses, all the different restaurants, and given each flyer to the manager that was on duty. The next exhibit.
Wait, before we go on, because we got to tie this to the case.
Okay.
So this particular exhibit, was this provided to the property owner prior to the violation date that we're here for today?
Yes, it was.
Okay, thank you. All right, City's Exhibit 3 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do. So this is the exhibit that I was trying to get to, which if you see in the highlight there, on December 17th is Elizabetta. This was actually just one page of many pages, but this is signed by Kelly, one of their managers on duty at that time, and I had given all the flyers to him, and she had signed for it.
So this is just the confirmation that they received the flyer.
Yes.
Right, and that was on December 17th?
Correct. And to give a little bit more information, there was an issue with this previously. Then I did go with the fire department, with the police department, and we spoke with actually the chief cook, the chef, and he also received one as well.
So for purposes of this testimony, that's just testifying that this was some type of warning, but it's not that they were
Yes,
there was
at that
no
time.
finding on that.
At that time, it was just a courtesy. Yes.
All right, thank you. City's Exhibit 4 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this? And what does it depict?
I did take this picture. It's just to indicate that this was Elizabetta.
And that was on July 22nd, just a picture of the property?
Yeah, it's just recently, just the front.
All right, so this photograph taken on July 17th, Exhibit 5, what does it depict?
Okay, this was supposed to be concerning the videos and stuff. It was just the exact locations, the way the video was taken, so that you can have confirmation that this was actually Elizabetta's dumpster.
All right, it says Elizabetta's 32 on it.
Correct.
All right, City's Exhibit 6.
I was following the video so that you could see exactly that confirming that this was the right location.
All right, City's Exhibit 7 also taken
A
on
closer
the
up of the address of Elizabetta.
All right, at this time, the city would like to introduce the remaining exhibits 2 through 7 into evidence.
Sir, do you have any objections?
No objections.
So admitted.
Okay, so just before we get to them, just to be clear, did you investigate and confirm that this was a trash disposal outside of the approved waste management?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, do you have any questions for the code officer?
I do not. I'd like to speak, if that's all right.
Hold on one second. Let me see if the city's finished.
The city doesn't have any more witnesses.
All right, the floor is yours, sir.
Okay. So Universal Waste, or Universal Environmental Consulting, is a waste brokerage firm that handles all of Big Time Restaurant concepts from Louis Bossi to Elizabetta here in Delray. The individual in the video obviously was doing something he should not have. The purpose of these individuals is to prevent overages and contamination charges. So if the lid, as shown in Exhibit 5, is open, we get charged by Waste Management, or if there is garbage in the recycling can, we also get charged by Waste Management. So I just wanted to introduce this exhibit. We can call it Exhibit 1. This is our contract with Waste Management. It's for our service. That's for May. And then this is for
Is there
June.
invoices with them?
So these are the invoices from Waste Management that get billed to us that shows that we are contracted with Waste Management to do the waste hauling. If this individual was pulling anything outside of the containers, which it shows that he was, we have no objection to that. I mean, obviously he's doing something he's not supposed to do. But, you know, the purpose of him being there is just to manage the waste at the site. We are still contracted with Waste Management. We've been in charge of the account since June of 2023 as per our agreement with them, if I may. And the contractor who was performing this task has been told of the violation that he did, and he has made the corrections as to not do it any further.
So, sir, so let me understand this correctly. So you have a contract with Waste Management.
Correct.
Are you contracted with, and you have a contract with the restaurant as well?
Yes. So we are essentially a billing consolidation company for them, so that they receive one bill for all of their waste on all of their locations.
I have a couple questions, Mr. Wagner. It might
Okay.
clear up.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
just to clarify, you're the billing agent for Elisabetta's, correct?
Yes,
You're, you're contracted by Elisabetta's, correct?
Yeah, correct. Big
To
time
kind of
restaurant
be an
group.
intermediary company to assist with paying their bills and managing the waste management.
Instruct them how to recycle properly, how to sort their stuff that they're throwing out, etc.
But
Yes.
your contract isn't for hauling away trash, correct?
I mean, technically, we are outsourcing the hauling to Waste Management. So our contract states that their size of container and frequency, and same thing for recycling, and then we go to Waste Management and we contract
Correct.
them to do the
But-
hauling.
Correct. So that is because Waste Management is the only authorized agent or authorized contractor in the city to actually haul away trash, like to remove trash, to dispose of trash, to put
Correct.
trash.
For municipal solid waste, absolutely.
Correct. So I just want to be clear, your contract is not to remove trash. That's a waste management function, correct? Like to take away the trash. Like what's here, that's not what you're contracted to do. Correct.
It is what we're contracted to do. Technically, I mean, that's a hard question for me to answer because we're contracted to bill them for it, I guess I would say.
Right, but you're not contracted. I mean, just simply, you're not contracted.
We're not providing the hauling.
Correct. Like you can't take a dumpster and clear out the dumpster and haul away the trash.
That is correct. That is not our function.
Because Waste Management is the only contractor.
Yes, that is correct.
Correct. So you would admit that if one of your agents, and you're acting on behalf of Elizabeth as well, removes trash, that's in violation.
Absolutely.
Of
No
the
objection
ordinance.
to that.
Okay. Nothing further. Thank you.
Anything further, sir?
I just would like to state that, this is the first violation that we've been put on for, and, this individual is there to do good, obviously, in this instance, and factually he pulled stuff out of the container, which he is not supposed to do, but that he is there to make sure that we just don't get any overages, contamination, etc.
What's the city seeking here?
The city suggests one-time fine of $5,000.
Sir?
I would say that is a bit extreme.
Why 5,000?
This has not been, they have been given a couple courtesies. They are very much aware they're not allowed to do that. And it was just an educating, and they've known this. And so this time they were actually we did something about it.
I would rebuttal that as their certified management company, we have not received any notifications. Our address is listed on every waste management bill and contract in the bottom left, and our company has not received any sort of previous violations.
And if I could just add on a side, it is correct, as I stated earlier during the testimony, that this isn't something that there was a previous violation for. So I just wanted to make that clear on the record. However, we did have testimony from a neighbor resident who stated that this unpermitted hauling has been causing issues, whether it's blockages, whether it's trash that's where it's not supposed to be. And she stated that, you know, from my recollection going back, but when Waste Management, who is the proper agent, is handling this, she doesn't have these types of issues. So, you know, I would say that would be an additional justification for your consideration, but ultimately it's up to you, Mr. Wagner.
Yeah, so I don't think there's really this is not much of a factual dispute here. I mean, I think both sides agree that your company made an error here. I guess the question for me is, what's the appropriate remedy for that error? The thing that concerns me, and I'll be honest, is the testimony of the neighbor that this is going on more regularly. So it suggests that your contractor is not following the things that they're supposed to be following, and that's a problem.
Since the violation, they've all been brought in to be educated properly. And I also would like to say that Waste Management is still doing the hauling currently. They just, you know, there's two in season and out of season. In season they do 7 times a week, and out of season they do 5 times, as shown on those invoices. So they still are there, but we have made the necessary steps to prohibit this in the future.
Can I have your witness? Can she come back for a second? Ma'am, can you tell me, since the complaint was filed, and when did you educate your
We received this from Elizabetta, I want to say maybe 10 days ago, and we did our education maybe 2 days after that, so 8 days ago. Yeah, that's
Have
my
you
timeline.
observed the same issues in the last week?
It seems to be on Sunday mornings that it occurs. So
And it's still a problem?
this happened on the 13th. This past Sunday, I think my dog slept in later, so I was not out at 6:30 in the morning.
So you don't.
However, this has been brought to their attention in the past, and I have pictures indicating that they were actually on our property trespassing the tractor trailer, or not the tractor trailer, what they put the garbage in, the trailer behind another white truck, and that was several months ago. And we addressed it with Waste Management and Elizabetta's.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
We just didn't know who to reach out to in the city until we found Mr. Tom Mockert, the commissioner.
All right, this is what I'm going to do in case. Thank you, ma'am. In case 250068, I'm going to find the violation did occur, and I'm going to find that a 51.15, which is refuse collection, which is reserved to the city or city contractors. I'm going to make a further finding that said violation is irreparable in nature. I'm going to issue a one-time fine in the amount of $4,000. I'll give you a little bit of a break, but I'm going to, as the case goes, this isn't a repeat violation, but should it happen again, the fine can be much more significant.
Thank you.
Also asked that the fine be paid within 30 days or authorization to lien.
All right, 30 days.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, you're going to want your phone
Oh, your
back.
phone. I'm so sorry.
It's a nice phone. I could have kept it. But,
It's a city phone.
are you also here for the next case, too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Case number 4, 25000080. Owner's name, Abele Ankline. Property address, 6 South Ocean Boulevard. And it's presented by Code Officer James Easley.
Good afternoon, Special Magistrate. My name is Code Enforcement Officer James Easley. I am here regarding a refuge collection reserved exclusively in city or its contractor's violation located at 6 South Ocean Boulevard, Delray Beach, Florida. According to Chapter 162 of the Florida statutes, this violation is irreparable and irreversible. On Monday, June 9th, 2025, I, James Easley, Code Enforcement Officer in the Clean and Safe Unit, received a complaint from Delray Beach Sanitation Administrator Mary Wanzany regarding an unauthorized individual hauling trash away from the establishment known as Pura Vida Miami, located at 6 South Ocean Boulevard in Delray Beach. Further, Delray Beach Nuisance Abatement Officer Todd McCoy reported that on June 9, 2025, he observed an individual in a white pickup truck with a red utility trailer emptying waste management dumpsters and transferring multiple black bags from the dumpster area of 6 South Ocean Boulevard into the red utility trailer. After the individual completed loading the trailer, he re-entered the vehicle and departed from the premises with a full trailer of trash bags, cardboard boxes, and other garbage items. The City of Delray Beach has an exclusive franchise agreement with Waste Management for the disposal or removal of garbage and trash. Based on my investigation of this case, I was able to determine that the individual towing away the trash, as indicated, is not a city employee or authorized contractor of the city. As such, the removal of trash was in direct violation of Section Code 51.15 of the Delray Beach Code of Ordinance. Special Magistrate notice of hearing was posted at the property on July 18, 2025. The notice of hearing was mailed first class and certified mail on July 18, 2025, and the certified mail was received on July 21st, 2025. I have 7 photographs taken of the property in question that I would like to enter into evidence.
Thank you. So, not showing us been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes, that is taken from the front angle of the Pura Vida restaurant.
So this is just to identify the property,
Yes.
correct? And that was taken on 7/23?
Yes.
All right, City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes?
That is the white pickup truck.
Is this from your inspection or from Mr.
Yeah, this is these photos are taken by the nuisance abatement officer, Todd McCoy.
All right, so we're going to pause there. Just for cleanliness, if we could introduce City's Exhibit 1 into evidence, and I'll continue testimony with Mr. McCoy.
Sir, do you have any objections?
I have no objections.
All right, so admitted.
Good afternoon. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Tarek McCord, City of Sanitation Officer of the City of Delray.
All right, do you also help with nuisance abatement as well in the city?
Yes, I do.
And are you familiar with the property Pura Vida, located at 6 South Ocean Boulevard in Delray Beach?
Yes, I am.
And on or about June 9th, were you patrolling the area near Pura Vida?
Yes, I was.
And what, if anything, did you observe regarding the white pickup truck with the red utility trailer?
Well, when I actually turned down on East Atlantic, I noticed this truck was parked side the road, and then a guy was throwing bags out of the dumpster into the back of the trailer there. And I pulled up and asked him what was he doing, and he said he was making an emergency pickup for Pura Vida. And I told him, he wasn't authorized to do that.
And that's based on your knowledge of the city's contract with Waste Management?
Yes.
And you're aware that there's an authorized contractor who handles waste disposal and trash pickup in the city, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And did you report that over to the main code enforcement
Right.
department?
I actually took it back to my boss, Mary, and she turned it over to the code officer.
Okay.
Clean and safe.
Thank you. So I'm now showing has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And this is a photograph that was taken on June 9th, the day that you saw it. And I think you have a couple here, just for show here, just so you can see. Is this a fair and accurate representation of the truck that you just described? described?
Yes.
All right, city's exhibit 3 for identification purposes. What does this depict? What does it show?
Cardboard boxes, garbage bags, and et cetera, and other stuff in the back of the truck.
So is that what you testified earlier about witnessing? Maybe not all of it, but you witnessed the individual tossing items from the dumpster into the back of the truck?
Correct.
All right. City's exhibit 4, also taken on June 6th. What does this show?
Showed garbage bags, cardboard, and et cetera, and other stuff on the back of this red trailer here, where
Right.
the guy was throwing it in.
Right, the red trailer with the white truck.
Right.
And did you see any waste management markings on the truck?
No, I didn't.
All right, city's exhibit 5 for identification purposes. Hold on. All right, city's exhibit 5. What is this photo?
Photos of black bags, cardboard boxes, and other trash, and et cetera.
So it's a close-up of what you discussed earlier?
Correct.
And was that on the same day that you've been talking about?
Same day.
Okay. City's exhibit 6. Is it just another picture?
Correct.
And is it a fair and accurate representation of the white truck with the garbage in the back of the red trailer?
Yes.
All right, city's exhibit 7. Is this a close-up photograph of what we just discussed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this time, the city would like to introduce the exhibits 2 through 7 into evidence.
I would just object that on this specific pictures, is it possible? Did you witness the individual pull them out of the garbage container?
Yes, I did.
Okay, no objection.
So admitted.
All right. I think that's, we talked about notice and everything. Sorry, it's so long. Okay, I don't have it. Thank you, Mr. McCoy. So, let me go back to the code enforcement officer. So, Mr. Easley,
Yes.
once you received the complaint from the relevant department in the city, what did you do?
So I went and did my due diligence at the property and did my best to try to track down to the representative that would be most responsible for that property. And I was able to get in contact with Mr. Marcel Lopez. He's the director of construction and facilities for Pure Vita Miami. I've had extensive conversations with him. I sent those photos because I told him that we needed to find out who was the owner of that vehicle and also that trailer. He was able to put me in contact with Mr. Rubenstein, who is the director of business development. He identified himself as a trash broker. He took full responsibility for this violation, and that's why we're here today.
So, and then the representative from Pura Vida, he told you that that's their they contract out to this, I guess, you're calling it trash broker?
Yes, they identified
one of
Mr.
their-
Rubenstein Company as a trash broker.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're connected to Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
No further
Pure
questions?
Vida.
Pure
Pure
Vita.
Vita, I'm
Not
sorry, Pure
Elizabeth.
Vita.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's been a long afternoon.
Thank you.
You know, I have to say, in code enforcement, typically violations are found where people fail to remove trash. This is a strikingly unusual, novel problem where people are removing trash, but the city code does seem to prohibit such a thing.
If I may, for Pura Vida specifically, again, we have Exhibit 1 and 2 here, which I'll show you. These are our contracts with Waste Management specifically for Pura Vida. At this particular location, because of the area where their trash has to be kept and the size of that area, they are only able to have a certain size container. So we are contracted with Waste Management for 7-time-a-week service. I have a video as well of Waste Management servicing these containers on that same day, June 9th at 8:30 in the morning. So I would,
So, sir, when you say you're contracted with them, does that mean contracted to remove the trash?
Contracted to bill them for the waste service, then we contract Waste Management to remove said trash and or another vendor to remove the recycling, whoever.
So simply put, you're not authorized to remove the trash?
No, we are not. This individual, again, and this one's from June 9th, so prior to the other incident.
I'm sure he
should
thought he was
not
being
have
helpful, right?
should not have been pulling anything out, but rather smashing down and or removing from contaminated recycling areas, because we have the maximum service that waste management allows.
All right, what's the city seeking here? I assume you want those documents and evidence as well?
Yes.
Oh, so admit it. Yeah. I'll admit both.
Special Magistrate, since this violation is irreparable and irreversible, the city suggests a one-time fine in the amount of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days, or a lien be placed against the property.
If I may. In this instance, because we have the maximum service, I think that again is an extreme fine. And we are paying the maximum franchise fees to the city available. There is no larger container that they can put in there on wheels. This individual has gone through the training procedure again. I just think that this one is a little extreme as well. If we could get a reduce.
Mr. Rubinstein, because you have come to the city and you have attempted to remedy these, and I can see that you're attempting to comply, I will reduce the ask again in this case from $5,000 to $4,000. But again, this is one of those cases where, should it come back, I mean, the city in seeking $5,000 were not seeking the maximum that they could seek. They could have sought more, to be honest. So they didn't really lay the hammer like they could have.
We will not be back.
But because you clearly are trying to cooperate, and I understand that, I'll reduce it to $4,000 payable within 30 days.
Thank you. Is there an appeal process for something like this?
There is. I can't give you advice on that, but I'd recommend you seek counsel.
Okay.
Is there no further business? We are adjourned. That one was longer than I thought it would. You put these in evidence, so I have to keep them. Yeah, you have to seek an attorney. I can't give you advice. You can discuss it with city. There is an appeal process for magistrate, but you know.
Thank you.
You're exhausted, huh? Good job.
That's fine.
That was fun. Oh, I was gonna follow up with everybody because nobody responded. So.
Yeah, I asked, I was like, yeah.
It's for the, we don't have